Hey everyone, this is Ricky with Spoiler Force Podcast, courtesy of Popluck Podcast. You can find more episodes of Spoiler Force Podcast on Apple Podcast, SoundCloud, YouTube, or on Facebook at facebook.com/popluckpodcast.
Spoiler Force Podcast! I choose you!
It's an LP beat.
Alright, so this is Spoiler Force episode 18, I believe. I gotta practice to stop saying we're live, because technically we're not.
You're not live, dude.
Yeah, we're not broadcasting live. I've been noticing that I've said that in some podcast episodes. I'm live in the moment, but it's not broadcasting live, so I gotta stop saying that. But
You're deceiving people.
yeah, no, I think that's what's happening. People think that I have a legit studio or something. No, I have a portable podcast stuff. This is episode 18. I have returning guest Andrew Lee with from Popluck Podcast as well, and he's also with Clean Slate too. No need for any major introductions. You know who he is already.
I mean, we don't. We do have other sources.
Yeah, I mean, also check out his work as well. He's been doing some videography, and he also works with Clean Slate. So make sure you check out Clean Slate Production on Facebook, and they have a website as well. All that stuff will be in the descriptions on the YouTube platforms and SoundCloud, Apple Podcasts, all that stuff. So let's just jump right into it. That way we can stop taking up so much time. So the first thing I wanted to talk about with you for sure was last week the film It was released, which is the sequel to the latest It franchise, which is pretty much a reboot from the film TV. Now, I don't know if we gave our thoughts in the I think we gave our thoughts in the first one with Chin, right? And we went over the
Yeah, I think we even talked about. Did we talk about it when we're doing Pop Luck? When the first movie came out?
I'm not too sure, but I mean, overall thoughts of the first one. The first one was really good.
Yeah, it was really good. It had and we did talk about it with Chin. It had that creep factor.
Yeah.
It wasn't just focused on jump scares.
So but yeah, this sequel, it takes place pretty much 27 years after these kids make the pact, and so we're just gonna give our overall thoughts on certain of the entire film instead of breaking it down piece by piece, because that takes up a lot of time, and I've only seen it once since the release. I haven't gone back and watched it again because it's a long ass film. It's almost 3 hours.
Yeah, it's almost 3 hours. They cut a lot of it. I think they cut some stuff out. Yeah, too. Luke was telling me that the film. I thought they filmed the kids stuff at right with the first one, but Luke was telling me now they filmed it the same time everyone else filming, and because the kids were going through puberty, they enhanced it with so you could they still sound like their little kid self. And
really,
yeah.
Oh wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah, because if you look at the kid who plays Freddy on Shazam, his voice changed a lot, and you look back in the movie, he still sounds like a little kid.
Okay.
So they had to fix that for him. At least that's what Luke told me. I don't know, I didn't really actually listen to or seen anything online stating that, but
I can see them doing something like that because especially with the boys going through puberty and their voices change. So I can see them doing some sort of audio changes on them. But I guess now that you mentioned it, I guess you could see it in them too, at the kids, how they were. Beverly is the one who looks the most mature out of all of them.
yeah.
Too, so you can kind of see her not trying to sound weird or anything, but you can see her she's growing more into an adult versus how the boys are.
Yeah, the boys are all kids.
Kids.
And
especially the kid who plays Richie, who's the same kid from Stranger Things. He's definitely grown up from the season 1 of Stranger Things and the first It film. He's grown a lot. So I can see why they can do the audio and even possibly some sort of CGI.
Yeah. I think that's what Luke told me, and I didn't pay attention to it because I didn't know it. But I think that my next viewing of the movie, I will probably have to watch out for it.
Yeah, it's probably more noticeable now that it's like I remember that episode of How I Met Your Mother, like how the glass shattered. It's kind of like that. You don't notice it until like someone mentions it.
Yep. That's always how it is. I mean, it ruins everything for you. I mean, especially when you're into filming and everything, you could kind of tell with all that stuff. And it's like, you know, when you know of certain Easter eggs in movies, and after you watch a few times, you can't help but notice that stuff anymore. Especially when like we're talking about How I Met Your Mother, a lot of those episodes, you know, now it's been out for 5-6 years, I still I'm rewatching it right now. It's like those little Easter eggs I noticed, like, you know, the countdown when Marshall's dad died. I'm like, every single frame is like there's a number counting down. You notice that stuff, and especially with like bad CGI or some CGI, you'll notice that stuff in some parts.
Yeah, like after like repetitive rewatching of certain things. I think like for The Office, it's like that too. People notice all like the small little things in The Office. Yeah, they start pointing things out and stuff. Yeah, but back to the It film, with especially the sequel. I mean, they've really done a number with like the scare tactics of it, especially with like Pennywise and the I guess how each kid encountered Pennywise. To me, I thought that was probably the most scariest part, how they showed how each individual character ran into Pennywise after they split. Like how Beverly was, you know, at home with her dad, and then
how they never really mentioned. You don't see it in the first film, but
and they show it kind of like that, you know, the assault that she was under, and then like how Ben was in school, and like how, you know, it used his like his fascination of Beverly against him, you know, like making fun of his insecurities and stuff like that, and how like she's set on fire.
That was funny. After a while, okay, you know, like the second one, as we're talking about it, like it's not as great as the first one in my opinion. I mean, it's still good. It's still worth, you know, going and seeing it. But the first one, because you don't know what to expect, it's creepy and scary. This one, you kind of know what to expect. You
figure out the tone of it already. Yeah.
And now that they're adults, it's kind of like, all right, well, it's not as scary anymore, because they're there to kind of they're gonna try to take it on. So it's like they're trying to not be as scared of it as they were as kids.
I can see where you're coming from, because like the shifts in the viewing, your viewpoint is not of a child no more. It's through the eyes of the adults. So naturally, as an adult, your tendency is to be more tough, or to kind of step up more, versus being the kid, because the kids, they're like literally they're kids. They don't know any better, so they're going based on instinct, versus the adults, or they have to make morale and mature choices. So I can see that's a good point you brought up too. I can definitely see that. And
and now that you know that it's 27 years later, the kids are grown up. It's like when they flash back to when they had their Pennywise encounter, it's like, all right, you know they're gonna live. You like, they're not dead. Like you're not as, you know, freaked out about it anymore. You're just kind of like, all right, well, I know they live. It's just what scared me was the jump scare that they gave us. Like,
exactly.
So this movie focused so much on jump scares, which, you know, I'm not too big of a fan, because I hate being surprised like that. But
I thought it was gonna be more like psychological, you know, where they like more mentally fucked with the characters. Yeah. Like especially with Beverly, going back to her character, I feel like her character mentally was super fucked up. You know, like she was sexually abused. Her dad, you know, did things to her, and then not just that, she was bullied at school too.
Yeah, you saw that a lot with the first film. The second film, you didn't really see that too much. She was too happy.
Yeah,
even when they flash back to her as a kid, it's like she was with the boys.
There's no like major repercussions of that. I mean, you could see it in the beginning when they introduce her again, and she's with that abusive ass husband, which I thought was like, really, Beverly, you know, like
it's weird. It's funny, yeah.
Like really, like,
I thought it was, I mean, it's why did I say it's funny? It's just kind of like, oh, you know, she's in a good relationship. Okay, no,
now she's throwing hands at her husband.
So what happened to that kiss? It's like,
yeah, that's the thing too, because you think that, or at least I thought that as adults, you figured they're going to be separated, but you think that they'd still keep in touch. But no, there was like they all split up.
Yeah, it was something that had to do with the town. The town, I guess, because you know that it's Pennywise being there, and also is that meteorite that supposedly it has an effect on people. Like, you don't notice it until you you're there.
Yeah, but you know what's funny though about it? How Mike, the only minority character, the black character, how he's the only one who stayed.
Yeah.
And I read this I go through like these comedians' reviews of like what they think of it, and I forget what's his name. He's one of those black comedians who like loves anime. Forgot his name already, but he was like, really, like if it was an actual black character, they would have been left. Like they would have not stayed. So like they kind of put the realism twist to it. But
again, he's an orphan.
Yeah.
So
he had nowhere else to go.
He had no fan, because if he had other family members, he would have gone. You know.
Yeah. No, like with this film overall though, I mean with it, I think that what they did was like you said, it's not as good as that first one, but they still kept that same tone. So it was more of like, what are you expecting out of the end or what are they doing that's different from the book? Because I know like that book's super long and like there's a bunch of other details in there.
1,000 pages or something.
But like I mean the ending was predictable because we all knew that they were gonna beat Pennywise, but it was just how they were gonna do it. And that ending though, I mean,
they changed a lot. I think Mike was, from what I understand, you know, I didn't really watch the original TV miniseries that they had. But Mike was out of the picture because what's his name, the bully.
Oh yeah.
The bully actually like went after him first, and I guess he was hospitalized.
Oh, okay.
So he wasn't even a part of.
Yeah, and they didn't even do much with his character. They just kind of like showed that he was still there. And
they didn't. Yeah, they didn't really. Did they have a flashback with him?
Like when he came back home, that's it. But then they accused him for killing his dad, who knew it was Pennywise, and then he was just in that insane asylum the whole time.
No, I'm talking about the Mike.
Oh, Mike.
They didn't have a flashback with him.
I think it was when he was in that little like Coney Island, that diner, and like people were saying like how he burned the house down.
Yeah, but it wasn't really. I don't remember him having as much screen time.
Yeah, like a detail.
But with the bully, I mean, yeah, you didn't really see him much either. Honestly, they could have probably did without him, but
yeah, that's what I thought too. They could have done something without the character. I think they just threw him in there because he didn't have a like complete ending. And I mean, I did like how he got hacked in the back of the head. Was it from Ben, right? Or
one of them? I don't remember.
Ben. It was either Ben or Richie that did it. I think it was Richie because he threw up. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And
Eddie was out.
You know what's funny though? Like I love this. I love the casting for what they did with these kids because like all the adults pretty much look like the kids.
I think it was the kids picked who. Well, some of the kids had an idea who they wanted to play them. Okay.
Yeah, because I mean, for me, the one I was most impressed with was the character for the actor who played Ben. He looks just like him, except he's just skinny. Like, dude, they look just alike. I think Jessica Chastain. I mean, she's beautiful, but then I felt like for Beverly, if they could, they should have casted Amy Adams.
Well, I thought she looked close to her and everything. Spam. Sorry.
What did you think of the kill count for Pennywise? Like how he
only killed 2 people, right?
I think 3.
If you count Eddie.
Oh yeah. Oh no. Yeah. Eddie died.
3, okay. He killed
he killed
that gay dude in the beginning.
Yep.
And then he killed the little girl who was actually after a while you start to notice that little girl is actually the one that the gay couple won the prize for.
Oh yeah. They gave her the toy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
They brought all those characters back to eventually, you know, they played some role part of it. But yeah, he only killed 3 people.
Yeah, he killed the gay guy in the beginning. He killed the little girl under the bleachers, and he killed that skateboarding kid.
Yeah.
And then he killed Eddie. That's 4. I'm pretty sure he killed more, but that's probably like off screen. But like, yeah, that I mean, let's just go back to that beginning though. I mean, I was not expecting to see that kind of hate crime happen. In the beginning, like they just jumped the 2 dudes and like they just threw him off the bridge like that. I was having an anxiety attack. I'm like,
you forget what movie you're watching.
Yeah, you guys are.
It's like, are we watching it?
Yeah, like,
are we watching it? Like, or were we watching? And then next thing you know, oh, okay.
And then like how they don't hold back on its kills. Like he just ate that dude's heart out. He ate the little girl's head.
He didn't play around.
Yeah.
That girl, the girl was like kind of just like, man, dude, like, yeah, she's doing a smart thing. She's walking away. oh man, we forgot. It knows it. What was it? It knows how to manipulate you.
Yeah.
By it's like, oh, obviously he's a clown. Well, he likes the clown form.
Freaking predator.
So he knows how to. He knows what to say to these kids. Obviously, he's been stalking them for. He's a predator,
he kind of just draws them in.
He knows.
So well.
He knows what gets them.
You know, like if it was like any other kid though, like especially if it was like my parents were like, sit your ass down on that bench right now, like you're not going anywhere. Like, where you going? Grab my arm and sit me down. Like
just a little firefly. No, it doesn't matter. I don't. Maybe it's just me saying this now because I mean I'm not in that situation.
Yeah.
I mean I wouldn't be as a kid. I don't remember if I was that distracted with something as a butterfly or I don't know.
Yeah.
It's just like, look, there's a little bug. I'm gonna chase the bug. And
that's what like you don't see it go after like Asian kids or like Hispanic or black kids. He's only going after white kids.
They're easy, dude. Honestly, because if you look at black, Hispanics, and Asians in general, they run away from that shit. Like on Facebook, you know, I got white friends who are all into the paranormal. I'm into the paranormal stuff too, but I'm in that mindset of I'm gonna get away from that stuff. They're in the mindset of, what, haunted house? Oh, let's go camp out there.
Yeah, you get like, there's no curiosity to us when it comes down to stuff. Like, if it happens, we leave.
We know, yeah, we ain't messing with that stuff, you know, like. But yeah, that's the thing with, you know, white folks, obviously, black, like other people like Asians, blacks, and you know, Hispanic people. They're away from that stuff. They know what that stuff can do, you know. They ain't playing around. And one of my white friends is like, well, we like to have fun, like. Yeah, well, I want to die. Like, well, at least we'll die having fun, and like, yeah, well, I can still have fun, but not have to die.
Right. What did you think at the very end, though? I mean, like how they kind of just summed everything up. I mean, I love that they gave Ben the correct ending he should have had. But whatever, like with Bill, James McAvoy's character, like they just kind of they gave him the writer succession, but what happened to his wife? They showed her in the beginning, and that was it.
I guess from my understanding, from they all had like marriage issues, so I guess that was kind of like a, you know, a sign of them splitting, but at the same time, I don't know, they just kind of avoided it.
And what did you think of like that Stephen King cameo? I thought that was pretty clever too.
I thought it was cool. I mean, I get having the creators' cameos are always is like a thing now with movies and everything. Maybe you caught it, but you know how they always reference how they hated the ending of everything? That was because people didn't like Stephen King's endings for a lot of stuff, especially I think for The Shining. I didn't know this until I watched Ready Player One, the film. You know how Stephen King actually hated The Shining, the movie, because they changed his ending.
Oh, I think I've read something about that. Yeah.
Yeah. So they changed the ending. And Stephen King hated it. They actually approached him. Stephen King actually approved the ending of this movie, and like, cause you know he had issues with people changing his stuff. So in the film, they reference a lot of the fact that no one liked Stephen King's endings. So all that stuff that happened with James McAvoy's character Ben, or is it not Ben? Bill.
It's pretty much what happened to Stephen King. Yeah,
it's pretty much what happened to Stephen King's.
Yeah, the beginning of it, like way in the beginning, they tease you with the, you know, the WB logo and the balloons, and you hear the like that theme music of the clowns.
Yeah. So I was sitting in the theaters because I know what you're doing. I was sitting in the theaters, and then like, all right, cool, the movie's starting. Why didn't they turn out the lights?
Right.
Because you know when they turn out the lights, like, all right, why didn't they turn out the lights? And you see all the balloons, and then you hear the music, the familiar music, and the next thing you know, it's like what the hell?
Yeah, you see the silhouette in the back, and then the hammer comes in.
And I was like, why is Harley here?
Right, it's Margot Robbie.
Oh, Birds of Prey. I was sitting next to Crystal. I was like being a little nerd about it. Like, I'm like, what is this? It's Birds of Prey. And she's just staring at me, and she's like,
"You crazy, bro?
You crazy, man." Yeah, I was excited, dude. I was jumping. I was like freaking out. Like, dude, it's Birds of Prey.
You know, I like how they shot this Birds of Prey film. It's the picture is similar to how Suicide Squad was, but hopefully the writing isn't as bad.
I mean, you know, I was gonna say James Gunn's not doing it, but yeah, I think they probably learned a lesson from the last film. But I don't know. I
mean, what do you think of it though? It's you know, it's an all-female lead.
It's still too early to really make an opinion on it because this was just kind of like quick clip.
Hopefully they do come out with like the full length trailer. I mean, this trailer was less than like 30 seconds.
Yeah.
They kind of just show Huntress, Black Canary, what's her name? I think they showed Cassandra Cain, and then they showed Harley, and then Ewan McGregor, Obi-Wan Kenobi. He's playing Black Mask, which I'm excited to see because I think he's gonna kill that role.
Yeah.
And I think it'll be good to see him more as a villain than always the noble good guy.
I think you know, like they already teased the fact that him and Harley and Joker aren't together anymore.
Yes.
So I'm gonna assume that in between Suicide Squad to Birds of Prey, she's split from him.
Yeah, they have to at least show some sort of connection from that Suicide Squad film, because it's Harley for sure. With Birds of Prey, though, I mean, it's a series where it's definitely just the female vigilantes, but usually Batgirl's supposed to be with them, right?
Yeah, I think it's like mainly a lot of the female, like even the anti-heroes, like basically all of the female DC characters.
Okay.
So I think Batgirl is one of them. Harley, Huntress, Cassandra Cain.
I don't remember if Orphan was she originally Birds of Prey, or
I don't know, but I think this is probably their own version of Birds of Prey.
Yeah, because if anything, that's the character I'm really looking forward to, especially after reading the Batman and Robin Eternal. Like, I fell in love with her character, especially like because the fact that she doesn't talk, and she's a killer.
Yeah.
The actress that they picked for this role, she's actually the youngest, like one of the younger cousins of Dante Bosco, who's the voice actor for Zuko. She's really young. She's like, I think 11 or 12. So I'm not gonna give her like too much shit, but I hope that she can like do justice for this character, especially like with Cassandra Cain's background of who she is, like how she was brought up and tortured, and you know.
You think she'll be the reason the movie is?
I think
the story
so.
Revolves around, because obviously it's like that for a lot of movies. Like there's a kid.
It's the character that you don't expect.
Yeah, it's a kid, and they're gonna try to somehow protect this kid, but obviously the kid could protect himself. It's like Logan.
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
Yeah, it's gonna be like Logan.
She's probably gonna be like the character that's mirrored against X-23. That's a good point. Yeah.
So the movie probably revolves around her, and they're all probably gonna like try to. Like she's involved. She's connected. Like the villain's probably David King, her dad.
Yeah.
And somehow the story's that plot point is gonna be all the Birds of Prey, either going to be joining with her or something's gonna happen, and it's gonna end up involving her dad.
Yep. Exactly. And then Harley just being Harley. She's gonna catch herself in the moment, in the middle of all this.
She probably has some kind of attachment towards her.
Yeah.
Because I mean, like, she's Harley Quinn. She
sympathizes with a lot of like other characters as well. I mean, that's something that people don't really see in Harley's character.
She's gonna grow to love Cassandra Cain, and that's kind of how you can see her good guy coming out.
Yeah, and then she realizes that she's good, and then she snaps to being a villain.
Screw it, yeah. that's how it's probably gonna be like.
Yeah, I can definitely see that. But I'm excited for this movie, and and speaking of teaser trailers or just trailers in general too, like I believe it's the final trailer for Joker that was released a few weeks ago.
It's the final one because the movie comes out in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, and
a few weeks. Yeah,
I'm so excited for it. Like, I don't know, I think people are sleeping on this movie though, man, because. Would you consider it an Elseworld, right, for Joker?
Yeah, I mean everything is Elseworld at this point.
So like the fact that it's that too, and it's also like Joaquin Phoenix, his interpretation of the Joker, and it's just overall based on this brand new origin or like a origin based off of other origins of the Joker, and they're just making a new one for him. Now with Joaquin Phoenix though, I gotta say, man, that dude's such a great method actor. The fact that he dropped 52 pounds and like studied the mentally like unstable to kind of mimic their movements.
I heard he walked off set a few times.
Yeah, like he like from what I read on an article.
Really method.
Yeah, like I read on an article online, like he studied, the mentally unstable in those asylums and stuff, and kind of like learned to mimic their laugh, and that's how he got the Joker laugh. And he felt that himself, on one of my episodes of Chin talks about method acting and how just like putting your body through that kind of I guess training or that kind of change messes with your mind too.
Yeah, it's unhealthy.
Yeah, and so like he losing, man, imagine like 52 pounds, like holy shit.
That's like that's like Christian Bale.
Yeah, that's a lot of weight.
Christian Bale did that with like a movie, and then he gained all that weight back to play Batman, and it's a lot of, like I said, it's a lot of damage to your body.
That's why I give like those actors so much credit, like not just physically but again mentally. It's so much more challenging, and the fact that Joaquin Phoenix can kind of just keep himself in character for like that, and then like after the film's done, kind of just slowly come back to being himself. I don't think I could ever crawl back out of a hole I dug deep like that. Like just thinking about it makes me like kind of not cringe, but like it makes my stomach twist. You know, it's like it's scary. But yeah, like him dropping that much weight just to play the Joker that he's playing, and then like how I love how like they're never giving him like the actual Joker look. Like they give him the painted face and the green hair, but it's not like the like typical Joker comic book look.
Yeah, who was that? I guess Cesar Romero type look. That horror film that the Joker is based off of, The Man Who Laughs.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, your traditional. Yeah, it doesn't look like anything like him. He just kind of looks like some New Yorker.
Yeah, like some guy who's just kind of dressed up and put on makeup and stuff, you know. In the trailers, I don't know if you caught this. Like, there's a scene where there's a little part of the trailer where he's behind the gated fence, which is presumably Wayne Manor. And he
Bruce Wayne
smiles. Yes, I think they're gonna probably tease that with him meeting Bruce.
There's also an alley scene too, that causes.
Oh yes.
That causes the Waynes to. I think I assume the Waynes and Bruce.
They evacuate the theater.
Yeah,
maybe that'd be such a great twist to the Bruce Wayne origin.
It's probably gonna
right?
connect to it. But then again, it could also set up a chain of different Jokers.
Yeah.
Because I mean, who knows? Maybe walking. I don't know. Maybe I.
What if like this was like low key, like their way of introducing the three Jokers theory?
Kind of like this, just like how Gotham. You remember seeing Gotham? How you thought Jerome was the Joker, and then and he is and then it's really Jeremiah.
Yeah.
But then that also set a chain reaction of copycats.
Yeah.
So who knows? This might be the start. Like it might inspire some other person to take the mantle of Joker if Joaquin Phoenix character is.
Ooh, that's like so fucking mind blowing right now. Like I'm really having like a blind mowing moment. Like damn, that's like that'd be such a great way to say like he's Joker, but then like how Gotham did it with multiple Jokers, and then it leads to the effects of Bruce Wayne, and then there's also the three Joker theory from Jeff Johns, and then there's no real confirmed Joker. Everyone's just using that name. And that I would like that rather than having them solidify like a Joker, like a real Joker character. Then that's him. That's it. You know, that's solidified. I think having you wander like that, it's a great way to still kind of keep his mystery as a villain. So
from what I heard off of a Kevin Smith podcast I listened to yesterday with Joker.
I did too. I listened to that.
Yeah. How his laugh is actually his threats.
Really?
Yeah. So he read that off a review somewhere, but it's like.
Oh yeah, I fast forwarded through that.
I listened to it. Oh, okay. My bad if I spoil that, but
that's alright.
Supposedly it's now that when I think about it, it makes kind of more sense too, because like obviously when he gets beat up by Batman, he laughs a lot. So perhaps that's kind of like, obviously if you any human being ever, if you get punched or beat up by somebody, you're gonna feel a lot of pain. You're gonna either yell, moan, scream.
Right. You wouldn't really laugh. That's
like so. I my thing is, okay, if he had that kind of Tourette's and you're getting beat up by somebody, it's your Tourette's kicking in.
Yeah, and you can kind of see why Batman never like stops. Like, what the hell? Like he doesn't know that he has Tourette's. He's still hitting him.
He's just laughing. Like obviously it hurts like hell, but
right.
It's like it's your Tourette's, your mind kicking in. The Tourette's kicking in. It's like okay, well that can make sense. I mean, he's
like they think he's crazy the whole time, but he's not. It's just his Tourette's kicking in, and really like deep down, Joker's like hurt. You know, like please stop, bro, stop. Like Batman just still hitting him. Like quit laughing. That I can't. You know. Like imagine like let's say for example like Joker gets like he's killed off, right, and then Batman thinks back like, holy shit, he had Tourette's. Like that guilt over Batman, like I beat up someone with Tourette's.
He wasn't laughing, he was crying for it to stop. and that's the reason why Batman's so like he's so crazy, because like I can't get him to stop.
He can't differentiate the mentally like unstable. It's like, oh man, that would be such a twist on Batman's character. Like he's even more fucked up now because he can't differentiate anyone anymore. Everyone's the same to him.
You just could. Yeah, Joker just didn't take him serious. It's like he probably did take him serious. He just couldn't show it.
You know, like in Batman White Knight, like how he kind of went back to being human. I can imagine, like they do like a court case where he's like, yeah, Batman beat the shit out of me and didn't know that I was in pain.
I Tourette's.
I mean, not to make, and for those who are listening, it's not to make fun of people with Tourette's. It's the fact that Bruce Wayne himself is mentally unstable too. People forget about that, how Bruce's character, his psyche is so unstable. He has to put pain on others to let go of his pain. And Joker's like the perfect victim for it because he's always shaking that stuff off. So, you know, so it's a never-ending cycle of those two going at it, which is why the dynamic of Batman and the Joker are so overly used and always being recycled from other characters. Like even in Dragon Ball Super, they had the clown god, and he was related, or I guess the character was based off of the Joker, but he just didn't have that, you know, that cynical insanity. He was more kind of like drawn down. He just the character itself was based off. He was based off the Joker. But you know, speaking of Bruce Wayne being old and unstable as well, he was introduced in Titans season 1.
Yeah.
And he's portrayed by Ian Glenn, who was Jorah in Game of Thrones. I don't know. Have you watched Game of Thrones?
I've seen up to season 2.
Okay, but you know who the character
I know
is.
he is.
Right? The guy who's obsessed with Khaleesi, and he's always friends by Khaleesi.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think I got to that part, but I've seen him in clips and pictures.
So the ending of season 1 of Titans, we've talked about this on our chat, but like
they put him, to me, what I felt should have been the ending was the first episode of season 2.
Yep, exactly. The premiere should have definitely been the finale, which
I think they wanted to, but then they're just like, you know, we wanted a twist and I'm sorry, I'm distracted by this trailer.
I know, I am too. I'm like, what the hell is this? Uncanny Annie? What the hell?
Okay.
Like horror stuff. What the hell? Yeah. I like the premiere, but then I can at the same time.
That was the ending. Like they even ended it like it was a season finale. Like,
exactly. So like when you connect it with season 1, it feels underwhelming. So like they could have just ended season 1 with that premiere episode of season 2, because Trigon was.
See, they probably filmed that like with season 1.
I don't know if this is like legit or not. This is just based on my opinion, but maybe they probably thought that, what if we don't get a season 2? So they just leave it off at that.
They ended it with first episode of season 1. I was like, what the hell? Like, this is stupid. And then
like, why leave a huge cliffhanger like that, especially with Trigon finally being emerged from where he's at, and then killing him off at the end of the first episode of the second season. Like, that was super underwhelming, and people don't realize Trigon is a major villain in the DC Universe, not just the Raven, but overall, because he's a part of Hell.
It was too easy.
Yeah.
It was way too easy. The whole entire season 1, just to get him killed off the very first episode of season 2.
Yeah, because like in season 1, they built up his character too, like how he was this unstoppable being, and it would take all of them to stop Trigon. And no.
And then their character development for everything is kind of like, all right, it's weak. Like Raven just all of a sudden like, I know what I gotta do.
Yeah. Like she reconnects mentally and emotionally with Dick Grayson and Beast Boy, and
like she got strong all of a sudden. Like
there was no, for example, like it's not like Demon Slayer where you see the evolvement of her training being paid off, like how Tanjiro does it. Raven just she just got her powers and stopped.
But she was running away. Like she was scared. You know, she was running away. And the next thing you know, all right, she sees Beast Boy gets beat up, and then, you know, she sees everyone in control. And next thing you know, like she dies, you know.
Well, yeah. She got her heart taken out.
She got her heart taken out. She dies, and then she revives again, and then all of a sudden Beast Boy comes back, snaps her back out of it, and then she's like, all right, I know what I gotta do.
Yeah, you know what's funny? Like, I wish if they were gonna to extend Trigon's character, I really wish that they kind of just showed, kind of like how they did it, how she goes to each character, and like connects with them all again. That way you can see see the characters in another in another light, especially with Hawk and Dove,
Yeah.
Jason Todd. Excuse me. Oh my goodness, I'm so gassy right now. I don't know why. Raven, or not Raven, Starfire and Donna Troy. Like, you can see how Raven connects to each of those characters, and that way you can kind of see where Raven falls in this huge list of characters. That way she's not just some sort of teenage scaredy cat, where she is like some sort of focal point for all these characters as well, why they're all connected, and I think it'll be great for her to be like, she's the reason why the Titans came back, you know, because like in Titans season 1, they're split, they're not together no more, you know.
Yeah, that's the thing that confused. Maybe I didn't pay attention too closely with season 1, but like, I guess they were already Titans, like with Dick, with Donna, and Hawk and Dove. I guess they were all already.
It's
together.
like they've been Titans already. You know?
And I didn't know that they were. Like, I thought the Titans weren't ever formed. Like.
Oh, okay.
You know, I didn't. Yeah, I didn't know they were.
You didn't get
formed.
that feeling of that they were a team already.
Yeah, I mean, I knew they were like working together in some things, but there wasn't any vibe that they were already the Titans.
Yeah, right. I get it.
Like, do you remember anything mentioning the Titans? Like, you knew they worked together, they knew who each other was, but.
Yeah, I mean, like, you kind of get it a little bit from when Grayson comes back and he reunites with Donna. But then I can see where you're coming from, especially with like how Grayson and Dove, when they had their little thing too. It's like you don't really see that they were former like teammates, but more like they just kind of knew each other, you know. So you don't get that feeling, that emotional tie that okay, all these characters were a team, and then they just split up. You kind of just get the fact that okay, they're each individual heroes that will eventually be the Titans. But in season 2, they kind of show that
it's like we were already Titans before we split. Like, I never got that feeling. I don't think they ever said it that they were together.
Right.
And I guess now they even had like Aqualad and Roy Harper with them at one point too. But they just all kind of just randomly show up. Like, all right, when was all this? Like,
okay,
they didn't really.
Yeah, they don't really go on this backstory that the Titans were together from the start. You know, it's not. They make it seem like they are just finally coming together, instead of like we were a team and then we grew up. Yeah. You brought up. Yeah, you're making me like really think about this.
Because I'm trying to think like maybe it's because I was trying to find reasons to not like it, but it's like, all right, I don't remember any of that because they weren't together, they weren't formed yet, and it seems like they're starting to form by you finding Raven, Beast Boy, and whoever was joining them. Like, I thought this was finally Titans are coming together. This is the creation of Titans, and then episode 1 of season 2 is like Batman's like Titans again. Like,
yeah, yep, exactly.
There were Titans before, and even I guess Starfire mentioned it to Donna. It was like coming from the Titan who quit.
Right. Yeah.
I was like, why does she say it as if they were all a team at one point and Donna left and Starfire was there to see it happen. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like,
I saw this shit in person.
Yeah.
You left. You brought up a really great point, because I didn't even think of it like that. I kind of just thought of it like they were like my thoughts of it was like they were. It's kind of generalized already. Like, you know that they were a team, but to know that, you know, the show itself never really solidified or answered that question, that were they a team or were they not a team. And now our discussion is, yeah, they were a team, but the show never touched up on it.
Yeah, and also that whole episode, the first episode, Hawk and Dove and Jason Todd did not need to be there.
True. Yeah.
They got there they got there really fast. I don't know how they got there really fast. They found Jason, and the next thing you know, they're in Trigon's house or by Trigon's house. They didn't really do anything. They got into the building and they just kind of got taken over, and that's it.
I can consider Hawk and Dove only because they were already in the show, but Jason, having Raven reach out to Dove and saying get Jason Todd, like, I don't know, man. Like, I feel
Jason Todd just to go find Dick Grayson.
Yeah, like maybe like just to pinpoint where he's at, but I think Hawk and Dove could have found them themselves too. Like I don't
Yeah.
think they needed Jason Todd, and
But
I feel like this. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead. I'm
They
sorry.
went to Jason Todd, but then they were looking for Batman.
Yeah.
it's like she said Jason Todd, not Batman.
Yeah.
You go there, you look for Batman. Like, okay.
And you know, I mean, with Jason Todd's character, I think I like him as a Robin for sure. But I mean, I just hate the fanboys for Jason Todd who love him because of Red Hood. Under the Red Hood's a great, great animated film, a great series to show who he is after being Robin. But this overwhelming love for Jason Todd, he's my least favorite Robin for sure.
I mean, that's a thing. I think this one you want to not like him.
Yeah.
Because I mean that's actually how it is. You want to not like him to the point where he is gonna grow up to mature a little bit, but still rebellious. So I think this is just
Like a starting point.
yeah,
of his
because he's still a
character.
kid. So
Yeah.
I mean, obviously we know kids like that in high school. Back when I was in high school, kids were just like that. Or movies in general too, like
Very douchey.
idiots.
Yeah.
Douchey kids were like that. So
Yeah.
and then eventually they grow up. They're still kind of they still have that mindset of that rebellious mindset, but not as bad as Jason Todd, which Jason Todd is really rebellious.
Yeah.
You know.
I mean, like I don't know, just from like my points of just the comic books and everything.
Yeah.
I feel like Jason Todd's character is just overliked, because it's only people. Honestly, people really only like him because the fact that he has guns and that he's the only Robin to really like disobey Batman and tell Batman like this is how it is. I'm doing it this way. You can't stop me. But then at the end, Batman still whoops his ass anyway. People dislike Grayson because he's such a goody two shoe, but at the end, Grayson is the one that Batman will choose to be Robin because all the most of the stuff about Damian, it always ends up him becoming the next Ra's al Ghul. So like, and then Tim Drake is just Tim Drake.
Tim Drake had a choice. Tim Drake wanted to be Robin.
Yeah.
The other two, I guess I mean, in a way they did, but at the same time they kind of pushed into being Robin.
Yeah.
But Tim Drake's kind of like, yeah,
I wanna be Robin.
I just want to be Robin.
Like don't make me
Yeah,
Batman.
yeah. I can't take that pressure. I mean, he was Batman at
Yeah.
one point.
Yeah,
In Batman Beyond, but he was Batman. But aside from that, yeah, he doesn't really want to be Batman.
I mean, I like the fact that they kind of tease how each character will be like if they took over the mantle,
Yep.
But for me, I'm the typical. I think Dick Grayson would be Dick Grayson to me is the best choice. He's the best Robin to me, just based off his character alone. But yeah, I mean, with Bruce Wayne though, did you hear how he spoke? And could you still hear that English accent when he was like Bruce Wayne?
I can hear it, and there's some moments where I thought, okay, it does kind of sound like Kevin Conroy a little bit, and the next thing you know, and then he kind of get taken out of it by okay, you can hear his other voice, like his actual accent.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was taken away, like it's weird for me seeing how old he looks, but I guess he is an older looking Batman. I think the thing I'm having a hard time believing is if they do give him the cape and cowl in Titans, would he be able to move like Batman, or would he?
It
be
wouldn't look
convinced?
believable because of his how he looks physically, that
Yeah.
he can move like how Batman would.
He's also losing his hair.
Yeah. He wears a wig like Batgirl.
Yeah, but you can see the bald spot in the back of his head, and it's like Bruce Wayne's supposed to be like the billionaire bachelor who, I'm pretty sure he has the money to be able to at least hide that, and
Right, and to make himself still look somewhat young. I like what Ian Glenn's brought to the table as Bruce Wayne. I like the whole like older, experienced Bruce Wayne. But still, I mean, I don't think he should be that old to where Dick Grayson is becoming Nightwing. I don't think I don't think the age gap is that bad.
I'm looking at it, and I'm just looking like, okay, well, if Bruce Wayne's that old, how old is Alfred?
Alfred's in a wheelchair. Like,
Yeah.
Master Bruce, I have your food.
I'm trying to think, like, yeah, how is Alfred? I mean, it's like because this Batman looks like he's in his 50s, 60s, right?
Ian Glenn could play Alfred.
Yeah. So I'm thinking, like, man, I'm not convinced that this guy is Bruce Wayne and he's still fighting with the Justice League.
Yeah.
And Alfred is not dead yet. you know, like not of old age. He's still the butler, you know.
Yep, I can see that. Yeah.
So I'm not convinced, you know. So, but I guess he maybe. I mean,
yeah, I mean, there's like pros and cons. You can
doesn't-
definitely see how he can be Bruce Wayne at the same time, but physically, how could he be Batman?
And I don't.
You know?
And I don't know. I can't. The way he's playing Bruce is it's kind of weird to me. Like,
It's like he's retired already. You know, he's
retired. His mannerism isn't because like I'm sure. Okay, if Bruce Wayne's with, you know, this company and with the press, he acts totally different. He acts like a bachelor.
Yeah.
Right. He acts like he's a you know, playboy millionaire who doesn't really know how the world works. But when he's with his Bat family and everyone else, he's kind of like a douchebag, or like a, you know, his attitude changes towards him. But when he's talking to Dick in there, he just kind of seems too happy to me. Like, way too happy.
He's a Batman who's like, all right, I did my part as Batman. I'm kind of just retired and just enjoying my life, kind of.
Yeah, because every time they talk to Bruce Wayne kind of just goes, okay. You know,
like, go figure it out, or else I'm gonna figure it out.
He just ignores you.
Yeah,
he just ignores you. This one, Dick is talking to him, and
I can see that.
He's giving Dick his full attention.
And you know, like how Dick's asking him for advice and everything, and the way how he interacts with Grayson, he's like, you know, you should do what you want to do because that's how I taught you too. It's like Bruce Wayne's, like we said already. It's like it seems like the way how Ian Glenn's portraying Bruce Wayne. It's like he's already retired. He's put up the cape and cowl. He's done being Bruce or Batman, and he's just living his life, the rest of his life as Bruce Wayne. I can definitely see that, and thinking about it now is just like you can see where they're going at. So like instead of Dick becoming Nightwing, he might, the way how they set it up, it looks like he might be the next Batman anyway, instead of going straight to being Nightwing.
Yeah, they're gonna tease. They're gonna. We're all waiting for him to be Nightwing, and next you know,
he wears the mask.
Yeah,
And
we're like, what the heck? I mean, when do you think he's gonna put on the Nightwing outfit?
Probably the end. I think they're gonna pull that Daredevil shit. He's not gonna wear the Nightwing suit until the end. Yeah. And so like I think they're gonna finish. Like they're gonna not destroy, but they're gonna beat Slade, and then they're gonna have him be Nightwing. But what are your thoughts on Slade Wilson, though? I mean,
yeah, he looks good. I think this might I think he looks.
You think he
better than
Joe Manganiello from the Justice League at the end?
Better than the one that they had on Arrow.
Oh, Manu Bennett.
Yeah, because this Deathstroke looks like he's ripped out from the comics to me.
Yeah, I think so too. He definitely looks like an experienced villain.
Experienced. He knows who. Obviously, he knows who the Titans are. I think that's what triggered him. You knew that trick when Jason Todd went into front of the camera, which is an idiot for doing.
Yeah, Titans are back, bitches. You know, like
yeah, he's an idiot for doing.
The first
I'm
episode.
I'm pretty sure Batman is like, what the hell? Like now he's like, what the hell? We don't go talk to the press like that. But that triggered something. I'm pretty sure it's like part of the Lazarus contract.
Yeah.
He probably something he failed. He doesn't ever fail, you know.
Yeah, the Lazarus, the Judas. Was it the Judas or Lazarus?
Judas
contract. Yeah, because Lazarus is with Wally West.
Yeah. So it's probably the Judas contract too, where he failed. He doesn't ever fail, and he's like,
I'm about to get these.
I need to get
back,
my
you know?
redemption. Yeah, redemption. You know, like I don't ever fail anything.
Yeah, he looks menacing as well as the actor himself. I don't know his name, but he definitely looks menacing as Slade Wilson.
Yeah, so I thought it was pretty cool. Like, he just looks like he's retired, and he just wants one final
one good fight. You know?
Yep.
And the suit, I love how I love the worn out look of it. Like it's not like that brand new armor shit. You know,
that looks like it's cosplayed.
Yeah, you know, it looks like something he's already been wearing, and he's like finally dusting it off and like.
Yeah, because the one they use on Arrow looks cosplay, like just to cosplay.
And the same thing with the Justice League one.
Yeah.
Like they went with the armored look. I think I've discussed this. Excuse me. I think I discussed this with you before. Like I think the mask is better than the actual helmet. Like in Arrow and in the Justice League film, they give Slade his helmet. It looks like a football helmet. You know, it's big, it's blocky looking. I feel like with the mask, it looks more appropriate for Slade's character. You can still give him like the body armor and stuff, but to make him look that bulky, you know, like how is he gonna move, you know, compared to like if he was to fight Bruce Wayne again.
Yeah, but this season, I'm hoping that this will redeem my thoughts on Titans. Just because like season 1, I just didn't like it.
It's too damn dark.
Too damn dark. Literally, like it's too dark. You could tell that, you know, like between like the first episode and the second episode of season 2, like it changes obviously because
the lighting was
different. They changed. Obviously, they were just finishing up season 1 with whatever they probably film episode 1 of season 2 like
right
with
after.
the other one.
Yeah.
So it's obviously it still has the season 1 stuff to it, and I just didn't like how it all came together. People liked it. I didn't like it. And then you go to season 2, episode 2. It's like, all right, it's changed. They're grown a little bit. You could tell their body matured a little bit.
Yeah.
More. You could tell, you know, like the Beast Boy looks kind of a lot taller, and his facial structure is a lot different.
He's not so skinny no more. Yeah.
Yeah. Same thing with Raven.
I actually like her new look in this one.
Yeah, I like Raven, and then they finally got rid of the hooker look for Starfire.
The fucking cheetah coat shit.
I guess the only reason they gave it to her because she was undercover, you know, like.
Yeah.
I guess that makes sense, but that's still stupid. Like she still kept it as she wasn't like.
Yeah, you could have just changed her clothes from the beginning. What did you think of Rose Wilson?
She's good. I mean, this is only the first episode so far, so I give it a little bit of time. I mean, it didn't really tell you what she was. You know, we were talking like, is she Hmong or is she Chinese? Because she's supposed to be half Hmong.
Yeah.
Well, this version of the new version of Rose Wilson from the comics is Hmong.
Yep.
But I don't know. I don't know if they're gonna do this
I think
one.
even back then though, I think she was still like half Asian.
Yeah.
I think they kind of just
they're Pacific.
Yeah, with this new run of DC or the Rebirth run, they just were more specific with her ethnicity.
Mm-hmm.
They were like, she's Hmong, you know. But like, if you look back at the one of our buddies knew he had like the cover for Deathstroke, and it's like he's in like Southeast Asia, so like you kind of guess if she's either like Lao, Filipino, you know, kind of like that.
I think it's either gonna be Vietnamese, Lao, or maybe Thai.
Yeah, Cambodian-ish. You know, it's something
so it'll be in that
general. Yeah, exactly. So, but like with Rose in continuity right now, she's Hmong, and I mean, honestly, the general audience and like casual fans, they would not care less, or they
wouldn't care.
They wouldn't tell. And yeah, but I don't think it's a big deal. I'm just glad they made her Asian, because that's more like appropriate for her character.
It's all good. I mean, like I said, like white people play other white cultures anyway in the end, and Hmong Asian people play other Asian cultures.
Yeah,
it's really no biggie, you know.
And the thing is, I like this actress's take on Rose Wilson. Like, she kind of gives a more.
Well, it's the first time anyone's ever played Rose Wilson in general. I don't think it's first. Did they have her on any type of animation in anime?
Ravager, she was. I think in Arrow they kind of tease her like, it's not actually Rose Wilson, but they still use Ravager.
Okay.
Right. So it's not like it's not really
it's not
Rose
really
Wilson,
Rose.
but it's the actual like her alter ego. But with this character with Rose Wilson, like her fight scene with the cops, I thought that was really good. And then like.
Yeah.
I really liked the scene where she jumped into the business building and like she like rolls on the table and gets back up and the people just stare at her and she leaves.
Do you think she's actually running from Deathstroke or she's just a pawn of Deathstroke?
Well, there's still Dr. Light that they used because he attacked Hawk and Dove and he attacked Grayson in the car. So I think Deathstroke is using Dr. Light to get Rose. And
you think Deathstroke trained Rose for a while?
Yeah, I think so.
And then it's to the point where he wanted her to actually maybe go after the Titans originally, but she chose not to because she was a kid at that time too.
Yeah. Okay. If you put it like that, then yes, I think she is trained by Slate. There's no way she can just do that herself.
Yeah.
And like they kind of mentioned, like low key, she's like a meta because she healed so quick.
Yeah.
So, definitely, I do think that Slade plays a huge part with Rose.
I think she just recently lost her eye.
Yeah, And you know what the thing is, we were talking previously, like off air. I think with Rose Wilson, I think she's gonna betray them at the end. Like, you think she's gonna side with the Titans, and then she's just gonna go off on her own. She's gonna be more of a rogue-like character.
Just like a Terra.
Yeah.
To imagine if she was like Terra, like they just totally
they
retcon it. It's like it's like, you know, it's Rose Wilson but not the daughter.
Right.
It's they're secretly the love interest. That would be so messed up. They just say it's his daughter because she looks so young.
Oh, you.
No, that's just messed up.
I get you're like in the animated film, like they were like low key hooking up.
Well, they're together in the comics in general. Terra and Deathstroke.
They were like really hooking up.
Yeah, she was 15 and he was obviously how old he is, and they were hooking up. Like, it was legit. Like,
damn, I don't think they will, because I think PC culture would be upset. PC culture would be like, you're supporting pedophilia. You know, like that'd be messed up too. Though. I wouldn't want that. I do think, like, in a sense where, like, it's like Judas Contract. I think she is gonna betray the Titans and then find some sort of redemption.
A sleeper agent.
Yeah. You know, I thought they were gonna like tease Jericho for a little bit. That's Slade's son, and he has powers. But I don't know. Maybe they'll probably tease him at the end. Plus, we still have Connor Kent. They haven't shown yet.
Yeah.
Connor Kent and Crypto. There's still Aqualad.
Do you think to bring Roy Harper?
I don't know. I think are they done with his character? Because I know that they can still use him, right? Even though he was technically an Arrow, could they still cross over like that?
But they, I mean, from what I heard, Titans is actually going to be part of the crossover too. They'll probably show clips from Titans on the Arrowverse.
Really, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I've read that they're gonna somehow tie it in a little bit.
Okay.
So it's an Elseworld. It's a different Earth. So they could, I don't know.
That'd be pretty dope. And then like
I mean, Donna was talking to Roy.
Yeah, you see that like on her phone. She
mentioned him so many times in the show too. Like, we get it, Roy Harper.
Yeah, just say Speedy, we get it. I really like the scene though with her and Starfire when they took down that Shimmer girl. Yeah. And like, I geek out all the time when she whips out that lasso of truth and it glows and she just like tosses it.
She looks like Miranda Cosgrove.
She looks like that, and a little bit of Lucy Hale from Pretty Little Liars. She's got that look, but she's got the that physique to her. She's not like too overly muscled, but you can tell she's like she works out.
Yeah. And the only time you ever seen her in the Wonder Woman outfit was in that little, when Beast Boy was in that room.
Yes.
That's the only time you ever saw her in the outfit. I was like, man, why didn't they have her in the outfit before?
Yeah. Did you like that? Like the all red? I mean, it's similar to the comic book one, but it's like just all red.
Yeah. It's good.
No tiara.
It looks good. But did they call her Wonder Woman?
Wonder Girl.
I just saw Wonder on the thing.
Yeah, I think they still stick with Wonder Girl. Hold on, let me just adjust my mic here. Sorry, folks. I'll probably edit this out, but I need to adjust my damn mic.
Yeah, I'm hoping that season 2 is better than the first season, just because I mean it's probably was like a trial run, but
they pick up their mistakes and they know what to do and what not to do.
Yeah, and I'm hoping, like I said, I'm hoping for better things, because it looks like they're actually showing more with the superpower stuff in this one, and you're actually using effects, because you didn't really see it as much with season 1. You saw maybe a few things like, you know, demonic stuff and
like some of the Beast Boy stuff.
But other than that, like, now you can see that they're like Dr. Light, also Trigon.
Yep.
Like, it was two words. Like, are they ever gonna show anything kind of like where they're gonna require so much CGI, like the actual monsters and demons and,
you know, maybe that's what it was. Like, they couldn't do that before Trigon. I guess the budget couldn't afford all that.
Yeah. So now it's like, all right,
because they used so much money on him transforming, and they're like, all right, that's it.
Yeah, because that's the first time you saw anything like that.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think you saw it in season 1 at all. Like, you just saw, like, you didn't even see much powers. Like, you saw maybe like a little bit of it, and then you saw some of it in the Doom Patrol episode. But other than that, it's like, all right, well, all that budget went to the Doom Patrol episode. So,
dude, that's why Swamp Thing had no more money. They used that money for Doom Patrol.
Yeah. See, like I said, you didn't see that much in season 1, so I guess season 2 they finally got a budget. People are like behind it now, so it's all right. We'll give you more money. All right. Well, you guys need Doomsday. Here you go. Or
Yeah. That'd be dope.
It's like, why do we need Doomsday and Titans? I don't know. Just give us the money.
Like they just push out everything on Titans. Like we need this in Titans now. Like this has nothing to do with Titans.
I think, did you like the fact that Beast Boy is actually starting to transform to other animals besides the tiger?
He turned to the snake.
Yeah.
I like that they're making his character more mature. He's not so goofy. I mean, I know he's goofy in the cartoons and a little bit in the comic books.
I like how bored he was with the training with Jason.
Yeah,
Todd. He was just like, all right, don't hold back, okay.
And he really doesn't hold back. He hits Jason.
He told me not to hold back. Like, what the heck?
But I do like the characters look better now instead of like the typical red coat. You know, like I know that they probably couldn't afford to keep him green the whole time, but I like his look now. He's
just gonna wear green. Like they're gonna go do what they do with Power Rangers and just, all right, you're wearing green.
Yeah, just give you like your theme colors and
Raven, you just keep wearing black.
Yeah,
that's all you.
Since we're still on this topic of DC, DCeased #4 came out last month, and then this week, DCeased: A Good Day to Die, which we have not read yet. We won't touch up on that, but for those who are reading DCeased: A Good Day to Die is it's a tie-in to this series. #5 is out within a few weeks because next month is already October, which is coming up, which is crazy because holy shit, this month is ending already.
Yeah, right.
But with DCeased 4, we talked about this too off the air. Just overall of the series, what do you think of it so far? I mean, it's Elseworlds for sure, but it's just, you know, a zombie or quote unquote zombie because it's not really zombie.
It's one of those things because like, I'm starting to get kind of, I don't know about you, I'm kind of starting to get to the point where I'm growing out of just reading the comics in general. Like, well, not all comics, just kind of like just the main storylines of everything.
Yeah, because the continuity is always shifting. It's never consistent.
Yeah, so I'm getting to a point where like I just want to read something. Like, give me something that doesn't tie into anything that's supposed to be part of continuity. And this is one of those things where I'm excited to read because I don't have to really pay attention to anything.
Right. You don't have to go like, wait, when
like,
was this mentioned?
Yeah.
You know, and like,
so this is and also it's one of those things where I'm reading like, oh shoot, like I want to know what happens next.
Yeah, they don't hold back with DCeased.
Yeah, so I was like, dude, it's crazy. I mean, seeing Cyborg come back because you know where Cyborg was for like the last few episodes,
because the infection released from him.
I thought he died.
Yeah,
like,
me too. I thought he died.
I thought he died, and next thing you know, you see Cyborg. He shoots that gigantic in the head, like right in the head, like. And
you see the big old hole in her head, like the brains and everything.
I think Superman was like, "Why'd you do that?" Like they're gone.
Yeah, they're not coming back.
They're not coming. Like they're the anti-life. They're dead anyways. Like they destroyed their lives already, so there's no cure.
And what do you think of with Batman being like gone within two issues? Like
I think it's good. I think I think we talked about it before, how I think they're trying to, like, the conclusion of everything is not going to be with Superman, Batman, or Wonder Woman, or even Flash. I think it's just going to be one of those, we're finally going to give this opportunity to, like, the other
new
ones.
generation of heroes.
Yeah, like either, because it seems like they're teasing Superboy and Robin.
Yes.
As the ones who are going to, like, fix everything.
I'm getting goosebumps I'm literally getting goosebumps because I like the idea so much.
So I was like, all right, because Superman seems like it's teasing the fact that Superman might be the one who figures everything out, but I think he's gonna be like Rick Grimes, like he's gonna die.
Yeah, he's gonna Coral gets killed.
So it's gonna be either Superboy and Damian, and then maybe Cyborg. Yeah, Cyborg's probably it's probably gonna end with Cyborg, because Cyborg's the one that he's connected to it, so it has to be him. It's gotta be him, because then it'd just be weird if they didn't have any of it. And I think all the main Justice Leaguers are all done. Like, I mean, there's no Lantern already. Green Lantern is gone.
Yep. Actually, Green Lantern is Black Canary.
Yeah.
Which I think I talked about this on my podcast before too, but I really liked her look as Green Lantern. Like, I think they should just do that for continuity.
Yeah.
Make a hero another hero. Like Black Canary is still her, but she has a Green Lantern ring. that was actually pretty dope how it chose her.
Yep.
And then
she was the closest one.
Yeah, and then again back to just the whole Damien and Superboy, being passed on the mantle, because even in the series, in the DC series, Batman wanted Damien to be Batman.
Yeah.
He has Alfred deliver him the cape and cowl.
I mean, no one else can.
Yeah.
Because Nightwing's dead.
Yep. Yeah, Nightwing is dead. Yep.
I don't know where Jason Todd and Tim Drake is at, but obviously.
No, Tim Drake was dead too because he was in the kitchen.
Okay.
Yeah, so it was him, Batgirl, and Grayson that they attacked Batman.
Yeah, so they're all dead. Batgirl's dead because she tried attacking Harley Quinn.
Yep, and Harley killed them.
Yeah.
Ivy's alive still, right? I think Ivy's alive.
Yeah, I think Ivy's alive.
Yeah.
Ivy's alive. Ivy, because she was running off of Ivy.
Yep. Okay. Yes, that's right. Yeah.
Joker.
Yeah, and then they do that little tease of like, we're hunting birds today. They kill Batgirl, Batwoman,
Huntress,
Catwoman, Huntress. Yeah.
So they're all dead. So I think, like I said, I think Superman, because there's only 6 issues, right?
Yes.
And
yep.
the next one is issue
5.
So Superman's probably gonna die next issue.
What's your thoughts on Darkseid? Do you think Darkseid's gone, or do you think he's gonna make some sort of comeback?
I think
as like the ultimate zombie villain.
Probably he might be. He might. I don't think he's because it started out with them too, so it has to. Like I feel like him and Cyborg needs to be
like,
part of the finale.
It's like Demon Slayer where he's Muzan and they kill him and it stops all of the zombies.
Probably. I'm pretty sure Cyborg's gonna die and that's what's gonna destroy.
They probably have to use him as the weapon to.
Yeah.
Like, take me apart now and make me a bazooka, kill me with them. And speaking of Muzan from Demon Slayer, let's get on to this topic, man, because Demon Slayer is something that we've been obsessing about for quite some time.
I've been obsessing it. Like I mean, I was gonna pull it off for a bit, like pull out. Like I'm not gonna watch it for a bit. Because like I thought it was just gonna be one of those shows that I'll probably watch the first episode and I'm like I'm done, and I watched the whole entire thing in like 3 days. Like damn, dude.
With subtitles.
Like damn, and I'm like not reading the manga. I haven't read a manga since high school. It's like dude, like.
Yeah, think about that. Demon Slayer got you back into reading manga online.
Dude, and then when I try reading comics, I'm like, all right,
you're reading backwards.
I'm like dang.
I've done it recently too. I was reading one of my Batman comics. I'm like, this don't look right.
Yeah, dude, but Demon Slayer it's so good. I mean, it's it started out not that you're getting more into like where it's now because we just watched the recent episode today before you got here. When you got here. Like it started out very, very serious, very, very sad. Like no comedy at all.
Yeah.
Like no comedy, and the next thing you know, they introduce what's his name?
Zenitsu
and then like, all right, tone of the anime totally changed, but it still works.
Yeah, I mean like they're bringing more life to the series now. I mean it's still concentrated on Tanjiro and Nezuko, but then to kind of just like go off base that or kind of go away from that serious tone. Inosuke and Zenitsu, they're great characters too, but they bring in the comedy relief, which you would kind of need because you don't want this to be like Attack on Titan where it's always serious and depressing, like which I personally I would have liked that because I'm a huge Attack on Titan freak and I love that kind of theme. But with Demon Slayer, because these characters and the main protagonist is so young, you would need that kind of comedic factor to it too.
Yeah, you get really depressed watching it, and you don't want to feel depressed the whole entire season.
And they just like literally ended off the arc where it was already super serious, from episode 19 to 20, which was probably some of the most amazing animation ever. Yep. When Tanjiro does the dance of the fire god, and I'm still like geeking out about that episode because it's so well done.
Yeah,
and yeah, I mean, like, what did from what I know you told me earlier, like where you're at in the manga. So I'm not gonna go beyond where you're at because
you read that at your own.
Because like for those who are still listening to this, I am still going to do an episode just strictly based Demon Slayer. Just the overall because season 1 is almost done. They've confirmed that there's 26 episodes.
And we just watched 24.
Yeah, so there's still 2 more episodes, and the manga is still going on weekly. So I think the newest manga chapter released today. So I still got to go home and read that too. I'm going to try to do the episode once, or do my episode of Demon Slayer overall, up until where they're at in the manga. until after season 1 is done. Reading the manga, what do you think of it so far? Since it got you back into it.
It's good. I mean, like I say, it gives me something to do too, because we can't watch videos at work anymore, and it gives me something to catch up on that's not video related. So, right. I like to where I read. I mean, I think what, like I was telling you, where we currently are with the manga, that was like chapter 50 of the anime and manga. Chapter 50 is where you would probably
pick up. Yeah. If anyone wants to read the manga where they're at after this episode or the most recent episode, it's like around chapter 50 to 55.
Yeah. So I'm pretty sure you're probably like in mid 50s, 60s too, where the manga's at right now. And where I'm at now is like chapter 106, which is 50 issues ahead. I just finished the whole entire season of the show.
Pretty much.
The show. So I was like, all right, if it's 50, like if where we're at now in the anime is 50 chapters in, then what I read is probably the whole season, all of season 2.
I know I want to talk spoilers right now, but for those of you who are obsessed with Demon Slayer, like I'm giving you a pausing point right now because I'm gonna dive into the spoilers of the manga. So if you're listening, just fast forward through this. Hopefully you don't like catch something when you're fast forwarding through the episode. So I'm giving you a warning right now. 3, 2, 1. All right. So in the manga, where you're at, it's where Tanjiro is finally. Or let's step back. So they just got out of the red light district. Right. So before that too, because our thoughts on the season finale was that you think that it's gonna end where they're at the train station.
Yeah, and now that I'm thinking about it, there's only 2 episodes left, so it's probably going to be where you said it was at.
And my idea was that I think they're going to end it where Muzan, who's the main antagonist, he's going to gather the lower one, or the lower moon demons, and then they're going to, how animes are, they're going to tease the upper moon demons. I mean, they can still do it how you want to, because they, how anime works, they always mesh everything together.
Yeah, but I think the thing is, the train stuff takes place like over a few different issues.
I mean, but in the anime they still haven't touched up on the meeting yet, so they could probably do like where they're talking during the meeting, and then like they show like clips where Tanjiro, Inosuke, Zenitsu are walking to the train station, and then they tease the upper moons at the same time, where it's all collaborating. To
me, I just feel like if they end it like, I don't know, because they're not gonna end on like a high note, because there's only 2 episodes left, and normally like animes leave off on like after a big battle, like there's no big battle for the season finale.
No, not for sure.
So that's why I was hoping that they end it after what's his name, Rengoku died. And but then obviously they're probably not gonna get to there.
No.
Saying that there's only 2 episodes left, so that would have been like a nice place to end at, just because
you end off at a big fight,
and then like the next season would have been, all right, 4 months later.
Right, and they concentrate on the villains right off the start versus like going back to the heroes in the premiere episode. I can see where you're coming from.
Yeah, and then we're not gonna get that. We're just gonna get he's done training, and then he's going to. What happens after that?
Yeah, he gets done training, and then they get the crows, and then they move on to the train station. So him and Inosuke and Zenitsu are being told to go on the train.
So the next issue is probably going to be where he starts blowing into those jugs, which is very dirty the way they made it.
For those who don't have innocent minds, you will catch those undertone sexual jokes when reading the manga, or even reading the subtitles on the anime, which I was cracking up super hard earlier.
Like she was blowing on you, like
until it exploded. I'm like,
and that's the bigger ones, and they exploded. Like, damn, dude. Yeah, other than that, like I said, this won't really end on a high note. Probably just end up at the train station, and boom, moves on, and
the meeting,
killing all the lower 6, which makes, because I thought, okay, if they're gonna do all 12,
did you think that they were gonna have them all together or separate?
This was gonna be separate, because originally I thought he has to fight 12 of them. So and now
right. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm asking. Like,
I think maybe a couple of them will be together, but then where I'm at currently doesn't show like they even.
Yeah, they're all separate.
They're all separate.
Yeah.
So, meaning either they're gonna fight 2 per season or 3 per season, or no, 6. There's 6 of them now. So after Muzan kills them.
Yep. Because in the manga, Muzan kills
all of the
5.
All the lower ones.
Yeah, he kills. No, he left 1. because the one on the train, that was a lower moon. The train station, that was
and then they're fighting the other upper moon.
And then the upper moon came, and then they fought upper moon 3.
Okay.
Yeah. So, I mean, what do you think of Muzan's character though? I mean, they don't really show him so much in the anime, but in the manga,
I'm
they
confused. He changes his form all the time, right?
he can blend his form. The part in the meeting, he becomes a woman. That little girl.
That's why I was like, okay, so that's what he does, and then so I think they'll probably end up there. The last episode is midway is when you see Muzan talking to the Lord Demons, and he's killing all of them, and then you just see. I don't really think you'll see like a silhouettes of the upper moons that's because where I'm at right now with the manga. That's the first time them being together.
Yeah, because they don't meet until like way after, you know.
So it's been like 130 years since they joined forces and had a meeting. So you're not gonna see you might see like a little cut like a.
That's what I'm saying. Like I think they'll have like silhouettes of the upper moons. They're not gonna meet, but they're gonna show like when Muzan's doing some sort of speech to the last lower moon. He's like, we're gonna have to step our game up, and you see like silhouettes or like backdrops of each upper moon. And you read the manga, so like, what do you think of the first upper moon that they revealed was Upper Moon 3, and his fight with Rengoku? I mean, and you got to think too, like he's a fighter. He doesn't have.
Well, if he's number 3, then and they almost beat him. The other 3 before him, which obviously the Red Light District one, what was it, 6? I don't get how he is the 3rd one if he's. Because it's all ranked by how strong you are, right?
Yeah.
But when Goku almost beat him, meaning that means 4 and 5 aren't that hard to fight then.
I don't want to give out too much away, but where you're at is pretty close to another big fight.
Yeah.
So, but with okay, so what I can tell you right now for what you know of Upper Moon 3 is that Upper Moon 3, he's powerful, but only because of his skill set, which they don't reveal till way later. There's a reason why he's that powerful.
So he was kind of holding back.
Yeah, in the sense he was holding back. Like the thing is, you don't, because you read the Red Light District arc. There's a flaw to each Upper Moon. Like there's a certain way you have to kill them. Upper Moon 3, the way they have to kill him is different from everyone else's. Yeah. So that's why the fight with him and Rengoku is a lot. Like you don't think you may think like he's not as strong, but it's the way to kill him is what makes him like that much more powerful.
Yeah, it's like how the twins, or not the twins, the Upper Moon 6 is pretty much two demons together.
Yes.
Yeah.
You had to kill them both at the same time. Yeah.
And one of them's hard because they'll turn their neck into like that thin paper sash.
Yeah, and then they needed Inosuke's like jagged sword.
Yeah.
But the part too where they all got the new swords, where Inosuke got the brand new sword.
Yeah,
he just starts breaking them with the rocks.
That's how he likes it. Yeah. I don't get why they don't ask how they like his swords.
Yeah, I originally thought that they when they brought them the new swords that they were gonna give him the jagged edge swords already, but no, Inosuke just man-made it himself with the rock, and he just starts breaking the sword.
But the thing is, if you can do it for the rock, then the swords aren't obviously that strong. Then yeah,
that's probably why Tanjiro's blade always breaks.
I just like how he goes to the village where the swordsmiths are at, and it's really crazy how you get there. It's like you have to travel, and certain messengers.
Yeah, they're blindfolded the whole time.
Yeah. I like how the boss is like, well, it's his fault for making a sword that could break. So it's not really Tanjiro's fault.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I mean, like overall, the manga that you read so far, I mean, it's is it more than what you expected, or do you feel like it's something that you kind of just like, oh, I saw it coming, kind of?
No, actually, it's different for me. I mean, I didn't, because it's not like a comic where I know everything, where you kind of have an idea of what's gonna happen next, or like a horror film, like, all right, you know the formula of it.
Right. Okay.
This one is like, because I don't watch as much anime as your average your weeaboo, your average weeaboo.
Neither do I. I'm just on the mainstream.
So it's like
shit.
and every anime has their own different formula of things. It's not like Dragon Ball Z or Naruto, or the story's gonna play out different. So it's not gonna be like your cliche story, like with all right, so that person's gonna betray that person. Why? Because they did this and did that.
Right.
This one's like, all right, cool. But you might have an So right now I don't know what to expect. So I'm like that's what I'm excited about. But then what you do see that's common with all these animes is like how each character is. Like there's always that guy who's too strong, but yeah, he's so douchey, and then there's the pervert like. And then there's the guy who's always competing with everybody. They always follow that formula, but when it comes to the story structure,
it's always different.
It's different. Yeah. So I don't know what to expect.
No, that's great then. For me, I've said this before. I am so obsessed with this series. It's one of my by far something that really caught me off guard. I would say it's up there with Attack on Titan, but for me personally, I still feel like my personal number one favorite right now is still Attack on Titan, only because of the themes. But with story wise and story structure wise, Demon Slayer is very straight to the point. It's not like there's some sort of huge plot twist waiting to happen or some sort of like time travel shit.
Even the flashbacks, like they don't take a whole episode of flashback. They'll reference what happened to him, like maybe for like a few minutes.
They give you the main reason why they do what they did, and then that's it. There's not like Naruto where they go way back to
and then they replay an episode.
Yeah, like, their childhood.
How many times have I watched Itachi kill? Not yet. Is it Itachi?
Itachi killing his family, or Naruto sitting on that swing the whole time.
Like, seen that so many times. Like, come on, man, stop showing us that same episode over and over again. Yeah, Demon Slayer is kind of like, all right, well, that Spider Boy, they had one episode with
right, they touched up on his background, but it wasn't like where it was a full flashback. It was like when he turned and what he did during the moment he turned. It wasn't like they kind of just went through his whole life story.
Yeah, so with every other character, it's like, all right, even with the demons, like you'll see like a 1 or 2 minute flashback of why they are the way they are. It's not as bad as the others.
Yeah, and I think I like that. I like that they do that because you got to remember you're still seeing this in the eyes of Tanjiro, someone who's sympathetic to demons. So you can kind of see, like, even when they killed off the lower Moon 5 and Giyu stepped on his cloak, Tanjiro was like, get off that, like that's his, get off his shirt, and he's like, no, hell no, this is a demon, man, like he tried to kill you, you're still being soft or something, like. So like I like how they still want you to see how Tanjiro sees the demons. They're evil, but then it doesn't give you a reason to hate them. Like you kill them because they what they did, but you don't hate them. So like
even demons realize that, like after they're dead, they're like, oh man, I used to be human too.
Yeah,
I used to be human too, and now I know why I'm doing this. Damn it.
Right, yeah. Like how the sibling demons, like you just finished reading the Red Light District, like how they were. I thought their story was pretty sad, like how his sister got burned, and
even till the end, like I mean, the brother was kind of, they're not really real siblings.
Yeah,
they're not real siblings, but he took care of her, and pretty much he kind of forgot why he
was doing what he was doing. So they kind of give you the humanizing points of these demons. So what are your thoughts on the pillars so far? I think right now you've seen Rengoku's powers. You just finished with the sound.
Yeah, the sound. Right now I guess we're starting to introduce.
And then you're slowly getting to the mist character.
Who's pillar number 1, right?
No, the mist. The mist pillar. He's the youngest one. So the strongest pillar is the blind one, the Buddha.
Okay. So this the one I'm at now. It's the because he's gonna go fight that dummy because he was trying to get the key from.
Yeah, he wants to unlock what's in the dummy, or like he wants to unlock the puzzle or something like that. But that's the mist pillar. Like I can spoil a little bit for you here. He's the youngest one.
Okay.
He's like
is that why he's so douchey?
Yeah, he's like Tanjiro's age, and he's a high pillar already. So that's why he's the way he is. But his story is pretty sad too, which I'm not gonna touch up on.
They're all sad, dude. They all have some kind of sad background.
No, like and you gotta look at like how each, not just the demons, but each pillar, they all have their reasons why they killed the demons the way they do too.
Yeah.
And so like just like earlier when we were watching the recent anime episode, you learned that the insect pillar, like why is she killing demons? Because her sister was killed.
Her sister was killed, and that's probably why she does. Everyone has a reason why they fight demons. It's just like Supernatural. There's a reason why hunters are hunters.
They imagine like that crossover, Demon Slayer and Supernatural. They go into the Demon Slayer world and start killing demons. Start doing magic spells instead of like killing them with swords.
Yeah, they all, everyone has a reason why they hunt demons and supernatural beings. Is because no one, they don't choose that life. That life just happens to find them.
That thug life.
Yeah, it's like, I didn't choose this life, man. So
this life chose me. That's it. I think so far, but Demon Slayer overall, again, it's if anyone who's listening, if you're not even watching this anime, you can wait for the English dub that's out next month.
I don't even think this is. Can you count that as like mainstream?
I consider it mainstream only because it's getting a dub. If the
and also it's on Shonen Jump too, so
yeah, I consider it mainstream. No, or now that it's mainstream, I think before it became an anime, I don't even think it was mainstream.
Because it was as popular. Is it? Where I'm at now is like 10-year anniversary on the manga. So it's been around that long.
For Demon Slayer, 10 years. Oh, I don't know. The Demon Slayer for sure seems like it's kind of new because it's out weekly.
Well, because like, what show was that? It was an anniversary or something, and it was like a big 10.
Oh, I don't know. Was it in the manga?
Yeah. Now, when you read the manga, do you read the little side stuff too?
Kind of. It depends on what it is.
I think Inosuke it had his little origin in that little.
Oh yeah, the specials. Yeah, his origin was sad too because like he just raised by pigs and then he runs to the farmer. Yeah,
that's a little fun thing. That's like, if you want to know his origin, it's right there.
Yeah. Later on, when you catch up to Inosuke's, they're gonna reveal his origin too. And
his real origin.
Yeah.
Not his play around origin.
Yeah, like not how he was raised, but his legit origin. Like.
Yeah, because he had memories of his
mom.
His mom when they were fighting in that house.
Yep. Yeah.
That was when you see Tanjiro going there and he sympathized for that demon, like he gave what the demon wanted was praise for his work.
Yeah. And then not just that, even the one in the forest when he can tell like she was the spider one, she was afraid and he just gave her a good death. Like he made her see like rain and stuff like that. He didn't like go in there with the intention that I'm gonna chop the shit out of your head. He just gave her a swift death, which I thought that was
it's like, please kill me.
Yeah, and it shows like I like that. It shows you his character. Like even though he's killing you, he's killing you quickly. He's giving you a quick death versus where it's all that emotion.
Yeah, a lot of these demons don't even really. They're only trying to survive, and they're not fully evil, but they're afraid. They're not like the other demons who acknowledge what they are, and they're just gonna take.
Right, they're nothing like the moon demons.
The moons, or even like when the demons that he fought earlier.
Yeah.
The one that was in the village, getting 16-year-old girls, because supposedly, right after they turn 16, like when they turn 17, they go stale. The one that goes underneath in like the little swamp area, like that one, like now knows what he is, and
he was doing it.
Yeah, he was doing it. Yeah, there were other demons, like all the weak demons. They're just like, I was turning a demon, and all I know is I'm hungry, and
right, and I just want to survive.
I'm getting attacked by these people who want to kill me.
And okay, so to wrap up this Demon Slayer talk though, like, which character out of all of them is your favorite so far? Just based on what you've seen and what you've read.
What was that the one who told Tanjiro to go find his master?
Oh, Giyu?
Giyu. Yeah, Giyu. Like, there's not, like, you don't see much from him yet, but like, I don't know. For some reason, I just draw more towards him.
Yeah, he's got like the he's got the very laid back presence, and he knows what he has to do, and he just does it. Yeah. His character later on in the series, when you read the manga, they'll catch up more to his character. Yeah, I think you'll like him more. For me, Zenitsu, only based off of what I've read so far. And not just that, like his backstory, who he is, and like the fact that he's always like doubting himself, but then like he's a complete badass when it really comes down to it.
And Nosuke is one of my favorite ones too. It's because you don't see much of his face. You'll see
he's always wearing the mask.
Yeah, and just because of that, it makes it even funnier. Like when he's depressed in the hospital, it's just like, you don't want to see, like, if you saw how he really looked like without the mask, like it won't be as funny as it is with him with the mask. It's like, oh, he's depressed, and then the mask makes it as in the effect of he's.
You can see it through the mask, like he's depressed.
Yeah.
I know I like that too though with Inosuke's character. The fact that they're not always unmasking him makes it much more like you anticipate like when are they gonna show his face again.
And like I said, I like how he always wants to be better, like the best and the best. So he just
he's like low key competing with both Tanjiro.
It makes it funny, even though he knows he's not the best. He just wants to. Damn, well, if he's doing it, I'm doing it too.
Yeah.
He's one of those guys who doesn't want to be one-upped, you know. So, like even if it's like a scary battle, he's just like, shoot, I'm not gonna let this guy overshadow me. I can do even higher. Well, he can jump. I'm gonna jump.
Like I'm gonna
5 times higher.
Yeah. But he's very determined characteristic, which is like something you don't really see in a lot of anime characters.
Yeah, he's competitive.
Yeah.
No, go
ahead.
Yeah, he's just really competitive. Like I said, I just like how savage he is. Just like, what was it in the manga? I don't think they got in there yet. It's like, where he's like, the train conductor, or the train, where he's like, you can't let him die. I think it's okay.
yeah. It's like it's okay to let him die. Like no, it's not. Go save him.
I think it's fine.
That was
like,
That
he's
was a
so
good
savage.
Panel.
I was like,
and it's funny like the build of that panel because he literally thought about it right before he said it.
It's his mask. Like, it's what makes it funny. Like if it's just regular, like if it's just like his regular face, it's just like you're not gonna get that same effect.
Yeah, like you see like the panel with his blank mind. He's like, no, I think we should leave him. It's okay for him to die.
Yeah, because it's just that expression, like expressionless mask is just, it's just one emotion and you're just
exactly. Yeah. So like you can kind of like because he's not showing any expression. Like you read it, it's more comedic because it makes it seem like he's not emotional. When deep down you know that he is an expressive character. That's what I really like about Inosuke too. Yeah, I know we had so much to talk about, but I think this is a good wrapping up point. I think we talked some good topics overall. For sure, next time we can talk about more. I mean, I thought I was gonna go more into tangents, like with the Popeyes chicken sandwich and stuff.
I don't really care about that.
Popeyes is making you bring your own buns so you can buy the tenders and eat it. I was like, what the fuck? What kind of promotion is this?
I don't know. They ran out of bags, so they had to ask Burger King.
And I went to Popeyes yesterday, and the lady at the window was like, just to let y'all know, we ain't got no more sandwiches. I'm like, all right, I'm good on that. I just want the chicken.
Yeah. For me, I don't think I've only gone to Popeyes just to buy the bucket of chicken. I don't really care about the sandwiches.
Yeah. I'm just glad I got to try one before it went crazy.
Yeah.
I just tried one. I was like, all right, I'm good. I liked it. And they're not existing anywhere. I don't know what it is. I feel like because there's so many different articles that were like it's the chicken that's not there nowhere. The last thing I read was like they were out of buns. That's why there's no more chickens because people were ordering so much that they literally ran out of buns.
Yeah, I would say you can't run out of chicken if at a chicken place.
Man, that'd be so messed up at Popeyes. We out of chicken. Like you're a chicken joint. How do you run out of chicken?
Yeah, because remember you worked at McDonald's.
Yeah.
Like, we ran out of buns and had to borrow them from another store.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
Yep.
So.
Yep.
Yeah, buns. I mean, they run out. So.
Yeah. And maybe that's something that any like fast food chain should.
Because they're not focused. Here's the thing: they're not focused on the sandwiches out there. So. They don't know how much they need to order.
Yeah.
So that's why they only have a certain amount of supplies of buns.
And just a few more things here with fast food in mind. Wendy's is doing breakfast.
Are they?
Next year.
Yeah. Well, I don't ever eat Wendy's. I don't eat Wendy's now. Like I think maybe every once in a blue moon I'll eat Wendy's.
Really? Okay. Yeah, I only like Wendy's from time to time. I like their chicken products more. Their nuggets are really good.
Yeah, nuggets. I'll go eat the nuggets or sandwiches. I guess they're just too buttered for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I don't. They really buttered their sandwiches, and it's just too much butter for me.
Okay.
The texture is kind of weird. Like the taste is kind of weird.
All right. That's a good wrap up point, man, folks. If you want to try Wendy's breakfast next year, definitely try it out and let me know as well. Contact us on poplicpodcast@gmail.com or contact us through Facebook. You can talk to me or Andrew will respond to you.
Yeah, just make sure I know who you are because last time I thought someone was spamming us.
It was both our faults really because I forgot to mention to you and Mark that I had a guest lined up and then Andrew responded to my potential guest good thing you didn't say anything too stupid. I'm like, oh, good, man. Like, you just, I'm like, I was so in the moment. So she messaged our page so she could communicate with us.
Yeah.
I forgot to mention it to you guys because I was so caught up in the moment.
I thought it was because, dude, we get friends requests from so many different fake accounts or some spam trying to sell this makeup product, and this one just happened to be
legit
selling the makeup products, and I'm like, so I thought it was spam.
Yeah.
And I messaged him.
I'm just glad you didn't say anything like sexual or anything. Like, you just said, did you see the Birds of Prey trailer? I'm like, good, I can fix this. But yeah, for those of you who are listening, I've been kind of, I even got a sponsored ad for this too. The next guest or a next potential guest, I don't know if it'll be anytime soon, but her name is her stage name is Zhonglu. She's a Hmong makeup artist. She sells clothes, makeup products. Her I guess her material that she uses is actually really good. Her skincare stuff is really good. I've used it once or twice. It's really good if you have like really bad acne or really oily skin. It'll clear up for you. I can post up like her page and her shop link, like website as well. So to you American listeners who want to try out these products, they're pretty legit. My mom uses it. My sister uses it.
Crystal uses it.
Yeah, which is Andrew's fiance. She uses her products. It's legit. I can vouch for that. But yeah, I'm trying to get her to be a guest on my podcast. Not it's gonna be more of a over the phone guest because she lives in Wisconsin. Yeah, when I spoke to her, she was really cool about it. She wanted to do it, but it's hard to reach out to her because she has like over 100,000 followers on her personal page, and then she has an additional 15,000 followers on her actual like fan page. So I've been like trying to message her, and her English is pretty good, but she's like her demographics more towards like Hmong, the Hmong community. So she speaks more Hmong and like a little and Thai. But when I spoke to her in person, she said that she can speak in English, but I'm gonna have to find ways to communicate with her. That way she can kind of understand what I'm saying. Also, I want to thank LP and Bei Mong for letting me use their the beats for the intro and outro for my podcast. Always giving them their credit because that's theirs, and it was all I had to do was just give them credit every time I used their music as well. Also, make sure you check out Indochina Gardens up in Boyne City if you're in that area. It's by far one of the best Chinese restaurants that I've been to in the state of Michigan. Check them out for sure. It's family friendly. The atmosphere is really good. Food's really good. Quality is really good. So it's not like that typical Chinese restaurant shit. It's actually like pretty high quality Chinese food, and they serve you really well up there. So definitely check out Indochina Gardens. Follow Bei Mong. Follow Zhonglu. All this stuff will be in the description. Follow Clean Slate as well. Andrew, you got anything you want to plug before? I know you got to go to a, I guess.
No, there's a Royal Star Film Festival,
yeah.
But by the time this episode airs, the festival will be done.
Okay, so so make sure you if you follow Andrew, follow him too, and follow Pop Luck Podcast. My name is Ricky, and thank you, Andrew, for being a guest again.
Anytime, brother.
Yeah, and so enjoy your day, man. Thank you so much, and again, to our listeners, don't be afraid to interact with us. I would love to have more interaction, especially that way I can read your comments and stuff on the podcast. This is Spoiler Force Podcast, episode 18. Have a great day. If you enjoyed this episode, follow my Instagram at RickyVang92, RickyVang92, and follow Pop Luck Podcast on Facebook.com/PopLuckPodcast.